going. We don't need roads.
Mr. Cena, always an honor, sir. Good to see you again, my friend.
Great to see you, my friend.
Congratulations on this. You are amazing as always. And I got a big question. When you play a president in a movie, you know when you're making the press rounds, you are going to be asked, would you ever run for a political office? So when you make a movie like this, do you have to decide? Does it force you to ask yourself a question that maybe otherwise you never would have asked yourself, which is, wait, would I ever run for president?
No, that question never crossed my mind. Trust me, I get a lot of folks asking me if I'm really invisible. And I field questions like that all the time, and never once crosses my mind.
Fair enough. Well, as a fun follow-up, if you were to run for president, which past co-star or maybe wrestling buddy would be the best choice for a vice president?
Man, we don't even have to crack that code because there's no way you're going to see my name on the bill.
John Cena, the answer is your favorite interviewer.
Okay.
You had one job to do, John Cena.
All right. I guess I was trying to save us both the trouble.
Fair enough. But following up, I feel like this movie does kind of remind me of a lot of sort of the old school action movies that Schwarzenegger and Stallone and Willis and Van Damme and Seagal used to make. And I'd love to know, one, just if you're a fan of those movies and the important lesson that you learned from those guys, the people that I consider to kind of be maybe the Mount Rushmore of action stars.
So, I think that's a great statement. We took a lot of parody from that. If you look at Will Derringer's character, he's kind of a success story in that lane, but we try to parody it. I view it more as, like, amazingly enough, something like a Planes, Trains, and Automobiles or like a Rush Hour, where you have these stakes and you have these two unlikely heroes that are oil and water and somehow have to work together, and over the course of a movie, a relationship evolves. It truly is like a buddy comedy. So, but we take tons of lanes from all of the action greats, and I think where I think your opinions originate is because of the effects. The effects and the stunts are out of this world. So immediately you see, Will Derringer's Water Cobra doing the Stallone-esque, pose, but we take Will Derringer and put him in a real life scenario, and he's like a fish out of water.
Well, that perfectly leads into my next question, because what I love about you in a movie like this, and in a lot of projects you've done, is that even though you're a big guy and you're a tough guy, you allow your ass to get kicked. Like, we all know that you can fight, that you're an action star, but I've always felt like the best action stars don't always win every fight. It's not about whether or not they get knocked down. It's about them getting back up. And I'd love for you to talk about, whether it's in a movie or in the ring or honestly just in life, the importance of losing a fight, because I feel like that's more important than seeing someone win.
Well, I think this goes to the perspective of we always want something to root for. If someone, and think of sports, when a team always wins, they become the most hated team unless you live in that city. It's tough to root for someone who always is successful. I learned and had the chance to actually work with and see perform one of the greatest action storytellers of all time, Jackie Chan. And one of Jackie's main points is, from the first beat of action, find a way to fight from underneath. And Jackie starts with either taking a punch, he's fought naked before, like having to cover himself up, and like he always finds a way for people to root for him. And that's super, super important in any sort of action storytelling, because again, if you win all the time, unless you're the home team, it's really tough to get on board and want to root for that person.
Well, I'm always rooting for you, man. You're going to be in Chicago in a few weeks, so I'll see you whenever you're here, man. You know I love you, and can't wait to see you in person.
Thanks, man. I'll see you there.
All right, buddy. See you soon.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.